Okay, so our second lesson is on compound sentences. Recall the last lesson on clauses and simple sentences. And in that lesson, we learned that in an independent clause, which is also a simple sentence, there is a subject performing a verb, and a complete idea. So one subject performing a verb and a complete idea. So don't worry about dependent clauses right now. Today, we're just going to talk about compound sentences. And a compound sentence combines at least two independent clauses. So the definition is right there in the term itself. If you compound something, you're adding to it. Right? So a compound sentence is a sentence made up of more than one simple sentence or independent clause, if you want to think about it that way. So this could be 2, 3, 4, 5. This is like the beauty of the English language. You can just keep compounding and compounding and compounding. I don't recommend it, but it's possible. The big takeaway from today's lesson is that compound sentences are extremely useful in creating concision and also showing the relationship between two seemingly disparate independent clauses. Okay, so we'll have at least two independent clauses connected with a comma and a coordinating conjunction. Now, once again, I'm, not a stickler for you remembering these terms as if you were, a burgeoning grammarian. I am, however, really interested in you grasping these concepts and being able to employ them in your writing. Okay, so a coordinating conjunction is the word that you use to combine two independent clauses. And the acronym FANBOYS is really helpful in remembering what these coordinating conjunctions are. So when you think compound sentences, think fanboys, which sounds just, like some creepy, horrific, terrible, boy band from the 1990s. Okay, so they are for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. So what I'm going to do now is walk through these different words, these different coordinating conjunctions, and how to use them. Okay, so we'll start with for, and we don't really use the word for anymore. It's very antiquated. It sounds quite strange to use this, but it's a word that shows, it explains why. So it's used like the word because. For example, I went to the store. So there's our first independent clause. I, subject, went, verb, to the store. There's a complete idea right there. But I want to combine I went to the store for a separate independent clause. Stephen used all the ketchup. Okay, so I need to use the word for to help explain the relationship between these two seemingly disparate ideas. So I went to the store for Stephen used all the ketchup. Okay, so Stephen is a terrible human being, so I had to go to the store to get more ketchup. All right, so that's how you use the word for. Again, it's like the word because. We don't use it too much these days, but you certainly can. Okay, and this one, we use all the time. I went to the store and they were out of ketchup. So again, two independent clauses combined with a comma and a conjunction. All right, so nor is something that, again, we don't use too frequently, but I do want to tell you that when you use nor, 99% of the time you're also going to use neither. So in my example, I have neither did I want to leave without ketchup, nor did I want to go to another store. Okay, so neither followed by nor. So I have neither did I want to leave without ketchup is an independent clause, and nor did I want to go to another store. All right, so let's look at but. I found ketchup at another store, independent clause, comma, conjunction, but I forgot my wallet at home. Okay. I don't want to belabor these. Some of these are very familiar. Okay. Next, or. I could steal the ketchup, or I could eat my fries without it. Okay, so please note that when you begin a sentence with the word either, you must always follow it with or. So here's an example. Either you steal the ketchup or you pay for it. Okay. Next one, yet. I thought the fry would be just as good without ketchup, yet it just wasn't the same. Okay, so yet and but are very, very similar in how they're used and what they mean, and they're pretty much interchangeable. However, yet is helpful when you want to show that something that was unexpected has happened. So I thought, right, there's the expectation. I thought the fry would be just as good without ketchup, yet it just wasn't the same. Okay, so there is the unexpected phenomenon. All right, last one. So. So is a conjunction that shows cause and effect. So here we have the ketchupless fry disappointed me. What happened because of that? I cried myself to sleep. So the ketchupless fry disappointed me. There's one independent clause. So I cried myself to sleep. All right, those are compound sentences. Pretty simple, right? Here's your second video assignment. I want you to revise the paragraph from assignment 1 to include at least 2 compound sentences. And once you've done that, I want you to underline that change. Let me model this for you. Here's the original paragraph I had for video assignment 1. If you recall, it's a very juvenile, simplistic story about my dogs going to the park. It's quite horrible. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not thrilling, right? It's not, it's not going to win a Nobel Prize for literature anytime soon. What I want to show you, though, is that just by mastering these 2 kinds of sentences, we can begin to create more depth in the writing. It can be much more engaging and descriptive. All right, so here's what I've done. You can see the underlined sentences are the new compound sentences. So I have Norman pause the bell on the door. He wants to go out again. This is normal for him, for he was never meant to be an apartment dog. My wife and I take him and his brother Puck to the park often, so he gets plenty of exercise. He loves to run and retrieve the ball, but he always manages to get wet and smelly. All right, so hopefully that'll work well for you. Hopefully this lesson was informative and useful. If not, you can always rewind it and watch it again. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you next lesson.